Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, before we start our regular video today, I just wanted to let you guys know that on November 2nd, I'll be participating in the Extra Life charity stream. It's a 24-hour stream, so it's on November 2nd. We're going to be going from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. We're going to see how long I last. Hopefully, I may be having some friends come by, and we'll just have a good time playing games. I'll have my Twitch linked in the description below, along with the link to the channel, my channel on the charity website, which will also take you to my Twitch. You can donate there. Also, if you've been following me on Facebook, you can donate there as well. I have a fundraiser on Facebook. So yeah, let's try to get some money for the Children's Miracle Network. Other than that, we're also probably going to be taking some recommendations on what games to play, since I have a ton of games to play. So if you guys want to see anything cool or see me get frustrated at, whatever, make sure to tune in and participate in the chat. Like I said, it's going to be November 2nd from midnight to midnight. Anyway, take it easy. Hey guys, and welcome to the final episode of Halloween Horror Thon. Now, I had something so awesome planned for this episode. In fact, I already made it, and I already uploaded it, and it already got taken down. I guess the algorithms are strong with this one. Today's episode was called Facing My Fears, and it was basically a live reaction of me watching the Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, Dead Man's Float, which if you have been watching the Halloween Horror-thon earlier in the month, I explained was something that was legitimately a fear of mine. Terrified me for a long time. So, I had a whole episode. I found it online where you could stream it. I basically captured the footage, had me in the corner. I was watching it with Brady and Pippin, who aren't here right now. And we watched the whole thing, went through it. I finally got closure. And it's a pretty long video because it's the whole episode, right? So it's about 25 minutes long. Went through, did the whole shebang, and as soon as it finished processing, my phone went off, got an email, and boom, copyright claim. I was like, oh man, I didn't think my channel, I don't know, I guess I was like, I didn't think my channel was popular enough to matter with those things. So yeah, that stinks. The best thing I can do is like I said, I've now watched the full episode. I now have closure. I can kind of go through stuff I'd forgotten and tell you what it's about, because it's better than nothing. It's a shame I can't get this video to you guys somehow. If you guys have a way that, I don't know, some dubious way where I can throw this video on the internet and get it to you, or if you even care, let me know in the comments. I'll try to do that. Just because I feel like I put a little bit of work into it, as far as, building the damn thing. Anyway, back to the episode. Dead Man's Float. So, as far as the Midnight Society are the people who are the kids who tell the stories. I guess one of the kids had moved away, so they brought this kid in. He's a bad boy, he has like a flannel shirt and like a jean vest. He's real greasy, and his name is Stick. I guess they call him Stick, and the first thing he does is kiss a girl on the face without her permission. So that's real cool. Pro tip, don't do that. Anyway, so Stick tells his story about the Dead Man's Float. Now, 1954. There's a pool, kids swimming in it. The lifeguard's like, his name's Charlie. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go make out with your older sister, and the kid drowns. And Charlie obviously, is trying to save him, but that didn't work. Fast forward to whatever year, 1992. I'm not sure. And you got this kid who's like, he's like a super nerd. They call him Beaker Boy, and they call him he's a dip, or whatever, and he's just, some nerdy kid who the first thing he does is messes up the volcano experiment by mixing the two components wrong, and it makes an explosion, which really doesn't make sense because those volcanoes are typically baking soda and vinegar, but whatever. Anyway, but he's also interested in girls, and the girl he's interested in is on the swimming team. And apparently she is complaining that they have to drive an hour, to go to swim practice because their school doesn't have a pool. Anyway, the nerdy kid takes the girl, says, hey, I have something cool to show you. Goes into the men's locker room, and this is kind of funny because they go in the men's locker room, and the girl's like, I've already seen this before, and you're like, yeah, that's weird, but hey, whatever. And then the nerdy kid pulls these lockers out, showing this door that says to pool, and that's the pool that was sealed up after the drownings. Funny thing, he's just like, the reason he found it is he was like, oh, I was just calculating the volume of the school and something didn't seem right, so I guess I just went behind the lockers. Like, there's so many things wrong with that statement that, I don't know, whatever. Either way, calculating the volume of the school for the heck of it. Apparently the girl argues that the pool needs to be reopened, and they reopen the pool. And then, like, it hard cuts to, like, this janitor, and he's like, real intense, not the pool. And they have the scary, thing starts floating in the pool, like, under the tarp, and you don't know what's going on. Now it's a few weeks later, the pool's open, everyone's practicing, hey, the pool's there, it's good to go. The girl, who is the swimming girl, she apparently is doing bad in science, so she gets back with the nerdy guy, and they decide to trade knowledge. I will teach you science, you teach me how to swim, because he had a bad experience where apparently he was swimming in the pond, and some seaweed got wrapped around his leg, and almost drowned him. Anyway, the invisible pool ghost starts trying to drown them both, because they're sneaking in after school to get this taken care of. Janitor saves them. And they keep smelling, every time this thing comes out, they have a smell like rotten eggs. So the boy, being the scientist, he gets some chemicals and pours it in, and it turns the blood skeleton red. So it's not really a blood skeleton. I was misinformed by myself, being 5 and terrified of this thing. The blood skeleton is red because of the chemical they pour on it. When they see it, the janitor goes into shock, and the janitor explains that he was the lifeguard back in the day. So, I guess he went from being a lifeguard to being a janitor and just never left the school. Whatever. He goes into shock. They're trying to escape. They run back out. They're like, hey, that chemical from earlier in the episode with your volcano reacts to water. We'll just blow up the skeleton. And the girl goes to open the jar, and the boy knocks it out of her hand, like, into the water. He's like, your hands are wet, it would have burned your hands. And, like, she's like, oh yeah, good call. But I'm like, couldn't you have, like, said something and not knocked it into the pool where the blood skeleton thrives? Whatever. So she dives in to go get the chemical, which is now at the bottom of the pool. Blood skeleton comes in after her. Young kid jumps in the pool, who can't swim, by the way, and is like, I'm gonna distract the blood skeleton. She gets the chemical out, starts putting on the gloves to do it safely. The janitor grabs the kid, saves him last minute. They throw the chemical on the blood skeleton, and the blood skeleton melts. Like, he melts into the pool. That's the closure I needed, by the way. But melts into the pool, and they're like, yeah, we got him. And then, everything's happily ever after. And then they just, like, continue to use the pool for the foreseeable rest of their school time. It's kind of weird on a couple levels, though, because, like, first off, I would never go back to that pool, right? I mean, like, yeah, you killed it, but come on. No. And the other thing, most stories like this, it's like, the reason the ghost was there is when they built the pool, there's a cemetery. And they dug up all the bodies, but they missed one or something. So the pool ghost is, like, really mad and gonna, like, get vengeance. This thing's killed like 4 people, by the way, apparently. And then, like, usually in a story like this, it's like, oh, you gotta put its soul to rest. It needs to find peace. These kids are like, F that. They're just gonna blow them up. And which they do. So, I got my closure. It's the Dead Man's Float. It really stinks that I put a fair amount of time making the video, and uploading it and all, and you guys don't get to watch it. Like I said, if you guys know of a way, or even care to see it, maybe you don't care to watch it, but if you know a way where I can get the video to you, let me know and we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll just do a screening at my house, and I don't know. That doesn't even make sense either. We'll do something. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. It's been awesome having Halloween Horror-thon with you guys. I'm sorry we kind of ended on a fizzle rather than a bang, but regular videos are going to resume with the normal schedule coming up. I've been having fun with some new games recently, so we'll do those. And I know you've seen in the background probably a really big red box and some of my stuff, so eventually I'll be doing an unboxing of that. But other than that, it's been really fun enjoying October with you guys. Like I've been saying in all these videos, Halloween is my favorite holiday. So on that note, take it easy.